Alright, looks like you've got a pretty hefty amount. This should be enough to make a top-rate Tachi for Valimar. Really? Once this is done, I'll finally be able to fight Crow on equal terms. Yeah, if we manage to finish it. This is going to be significantly more difficult than reinforcing Valimar's existing sword ever was. Remember, we'll be making an entirely new weapon from scratch. I'm not sure we can manage by ourselves. I might even have to ask the professor for help. So it's finally time for Professor Schmidt to come into play? Yep, we've got enough Zemurian ore for him to work with now, so I can't see why he would turn us down. Although I can't say I'm all that excited to have him on board. Oh well, I'd better start getting what we need ready. Pardon me for asking, but why wouldn't you want to have him on board? Well, as you no doubt figured out from when you last met him, he's, not easy to work with. And if his workspace isn't absolutely perfect, he'll throw a tantrum like you've never seen. He's unbelievable. It feels less like you're working with a renowned professor, and more like babysitting a temperamental child. I see. They do say geniuses are often eccentric. Anyway, I'll call the Institute as soon as I finish sorting his work area out. You don't mind helping me out some more, right? They went about making the best-looking workspace they could. Afterwards, George made contact with the Aurora Institute of Technology, and the time finally came to welcome Professor Schmidt on board the Courageous. Not quite up to my standards, but being that we're limited in our options inside the ship, this will have to do. It can't compare to the facilities in the Institute, but you made the best with what you had, I suppose. Thanks, I guess. So, there it is. I didn't expect you to obtain any Zemurian ore at all, much less this much of it. Where exactly did you find it? Class 7 obtained it from overcoming some very challenging trials. Come on, it's what you asked for, so you'll help us out, right? That doesn't answer my question in the slightest, I'll have you know. Then again, the answer changes little. I'm a man of my word. You did what you were asked, so I'll draft you the finest blueprints the world has ever seen. Still, a project like this is not without a series of trial and error. Your assistance will be crucial, George. Just don't get in the way of my work. Right. Anything you say. Well, so that's the famous Professor G. Schmidt. He's as much of a cranky old bard as everyone says he is. He and George seem to work really well together, though, don't they? Well, if I recall, they were once master and student. He's got those dashing good looks, but his personality leaves a lot to be desired. I don't think he's really got dashing good looks, but okay. It doesn't take much to impress you, does it? Working with the Zemurian ore is no doubt going to be a challenge, and they will need to find a way to use it to replicate the sharpness of a Tachi. Still, with Professor Schmidt on board, I'm sure they'll manage. He's the finest engineer in the country, if nothing else. Yeah, we'll just have to keep out of their hair and let them do what they do best. Finally, work on Valimar's Tachi began. George and Professor Schmidt worked as quickly as they could so that Class 7 would be ready when the time for the final battle with Crow came. And while they were working, the Courageous received a sudden and unexpected call.
Are you sure, Captain?
Yes, absolutely. Several days ago, the Alliance moved their line of defense around the capital westward, which means that the east side of the capital, and in particular the area around Trista, are much more exposed than before.
That could totally work in our favor.
Lucky us. Yeah, it sounds like we might finally be able to achieve what we set out to do.
We finally have a chance to wrestle the Academy from the Alliance's grasp.
Guess the Alliance is so focused on trying to defend Heimdall, they don't have time to worry about Trista. We couldn't have asked for a better chance than this.
I have some other news that may be of interest to you as well. The Noble Alliance forces are no longer the ones supervising Thor's military academy. Instead, they've assigned that task to the upper class students so the army can focus on defending the capital.
Why the upper class students?
I imagine they were chosen so the Academy would technically still be under the control of the nobility. I'm sure they're up to the task either way.
Are we talking about all of the upper class students or just a select number of them?
The academy is being overseen by a group of students calling themselves the Order of the Lion. The group is centered around high-ranking nobles, and its commander is one of the sons of Marquis High Arms, Patrick T. High Arms.
Patrick? I'd heard that he was still at the academy, but just what is he doing?
And what's this Order of the Lion?
I know nobles love tradition, but that name sounds like something torn from a history textbook.
Other key members include the son and daughter of Count Florald, together with a butler and maid from the upper-class dormitory. To my knowledge, the principal and the other instructors remain imprisoned within the academy itself, however.
Ferris is taking part too?
If I had to wager a guess, the Alliance ordered them to. Not like they're in a position to refuse.
That's a little worrying.
Principal Van Dyke is an honorary general of the army as well, so naturally, the army is concerned for his well-being. As such, we of the RMP are preparing to liberate Trista and the Academy from the nobility. It will be carried out before the battle for Heimdall can begin, using our most elite units.
Oh. But that means...
Captain, would you consider postponing your operation for at least a few days?
Rean,
Do you not think the RMP is up to the task?
I don't doubt for a moment that you are. But since the day we were entrusted with the Courageous, no, even before that, liberating the Academy has been our dream. I don't just mean Class VII's dream either. It's something that every single student gathered on this ship wants to be a part of. You could even say it's our duty. Whether someone else could handle it isn't the issue. It's what we've come this far for. We want to do it with our own hands.
thank you, Rean. I feel the same way as Rean does. Thor's was established by one of my ancestors, so I feel a connection to it in that sense. It feels only right that those who have an attachment to the Academy should come together to take it back.
She's absolutely right. We've come all this way believing it would lead us back to the Academy. We can't just leave the last step of our journey to you. After all that's happened, I think we're the ones who should be fighting that Order of the Lion, don't you?
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, it's gotta be us. We've all put an enormous amount of effort into making it this far. It's only fair, right?
We wouldn't be setting a very good example as second years if we didn't see tasks we've taken on through to the end.
I want to go and save Uncle Makarov too!
That's a lot of yes votes right there.
I'm pleased to see we're all unanimous.
Yeah, I want to do this too, Claire!
Really, Milliam? You too?
So, Captain, please, won't you leave taking back Trista and the Academy to us?
We realize we're asking a lot, but this is genuinely important to us.
When I finally see Dad again, I want to be able to look back and feel proud of all I've done.
I was never raised to beg, but in this case, no price is too great.
I wasn't expecting to get quite so strong a reaction from you. It's almost like we went to different schools. I've never felt quite the devotion and attachment to the Academy all of you clearly possess. So it's a little strange for me to see how much each of you are willing to sacrifice, just so you can liberate Trista together. But strange in a good way.
Is that a yes?
We'll wait 2 days. Trista will form a vital base in our operation to take Heimdall. It needs to be liberated as soon as possible. I hope that will be enough time for you to achieve your dream of taking it back.
Thank you, Captain.
If you weren't with the RMP already, you'd make a hell of an actress, you know. You put on quite a show for someone who was gonna say yes all along.
And what makes you say that? Regardless, I will be praying for your success. I look forward to seeing you all again in Heimdall after this war is over.
Thank you.
Good luck to you too, Captain.
Captain Claire once again steps up to prove that she's the most awesome, non-dateable waifu. Aww. Finally, Class 7 was granted permission to liberate Trista. They left deciding the specifics to the operation to Toa, and eventually it was decided that they would carry out the mission on the same day a prototype of Valamar's new Tachi was completed. A prototype? How much ore do we have?
The operation will begin today at 1200 hours. Make sure you've done everything you need to do before then.
As you already know, I won't be taking part in this one. This one's all you. My job as your teacher is to stay here and wish you luck. I know you can do it.
Thank you.
We've still got some time until then, so it might be worth going around and making sure we've got all we need.
Yeah, we can't be too prepared. Not this time.
Incidentally, how goes the development of Valamar's Tachi?
The prototype was finished last night. There's still some work left before it's completely finished. But personally, I'd say the progress we've made is nothing to scoff at.
Professor Schmidt's really something, isn't he?
I guess. But he could lighten up a little. I went to go play down in his workshop and he was all super mad at me.
Were you expecting to be welcomed with a hug and some candy?
Anyway, by the sound of it, he's going to keep finding ways to improve it until the very last minute. I'm gonna be swamped with helping him out, but I should still be able to tune your Arcus units if you guys need it.
We just might take you up on that, George.
Whatever ensures you're as ready as possible. So much is resting on this battle. I don't want us to go in with any regrets.
Right.
Right, let's go over everything again just to be safe. First, here's what we know about Trista. The majority of the Alliance forces that were there have withdrawn, but some still remain defending the town's east side. It's likely that the moment we approach Trista, we're going to come under attack by the Soldats stationed there. That's where Valamar and I come in. We'll deal with them first and clear a path for everyone else. Right, this is the first time we'll be able to see what that Zemurian ore Tachi prototype is capable of, too. After you've liberated Trista, Rean, you and the rest of Group A will head directly to the Academy's front gate. And, not that anyone here could possibly forget, but you'll also have the world's most adorable captain accompanying you. I have to say, I don't know how I feel about her being on the front lines. I can't help but agree. You've been a tremendous support for us, of course, but this is the first time you'll be taking an active role in combat. Oh, don't you worry about me. I'm a military academy student just as much as you guys. I can put up a good fight. I won't get in the way or hold you back, promise. If what we're doing is to be seen as legitimate, we'll need her assistance from the ground anyway. Who better to overthrow Patrick Hyarms himself than the president of the Student Council? Now you're talking. Group A's primary objective will be to escort Toa safely to the Academy so she can work her magic. Good luck, you guys. We won't let you down. Angelica, aren't you joining us too? Yep, I doubt I'll make much of a substitute for Sarah, but I'll give it my best shot. After Group A's off the Courageous, me and the rest of Group B will be flying around the back of the Academy and charge in. Attacking from both sides at the same time sounds like a solid enough plan to me. Let's just hope said plan works. Not much point freaking out about it now. And with all the people we have on board, we've got more backup than we could ever ask for. Exactly, we've done all we can. Everything is in Idios' hands now. Oh, I feel a tingle running down my spine from all the feverish excitement coursing through the air. One would think you'd be a little more nervous considering that what you're about to do. That's just how Class 7 operates. It's been a long, long journey coming this far, but you've overcome every obstacle in your path and done yourselves proud. Now all that remains is to go out there and liberate your academy. Best of luck. I know you'll pull through. Thank you, Your Highness. Everyone, assume your positions. It's time to take back our academy. What the hell? I suspected they'd come. It's time. Let the operation begin. Right. You ready to go, Valimar? At your command. Let's see if you can pull it off. Take care, you guys. Get down. Yeah. It came from that direction. You'll have to fight us first, brats. It's time for the Crimson Wings to fall from the sky. Aren't they? They are the soldats V and S used. This is gonna be tricky. Let's go, Valimar. Acknowledged. We've been expecting you. In the name of the Alliance, we won't allow you to go any farther. Prepare to be overwhelmed by Goliath and Kestrel, the perfect marriage of strength and speed. This isn't good. They might just be copies of the Divine Knights, but that Kestrel is much faster than one. If you let them work together and have their own way, you're going to be in trouble. Maybe so, but their pilots aren't nearly as experienced as S and V were. Time to force our way through, Valimar. Certainly. Why not just say acknowledged? Use your new power well.
Use your links well.
Really, I should probably attack this guy because what's he said, it's going to be too hard to hit.
Let's go! Gotcha! Time!
Leave this to me.
I like how they were all like, we're the perfect marriage of strength and speed. And I'm like, well, not really, because you're two separate units, so I can still take advantage of you. Like, right now, I'm hitting the slow one because I can hit the slow one. Like, if you were the perfect marriage, you would be fast and hard to hit. And strong.
It's working! Keep it up!
And then I'd really be screwed.
Onward!
Gotcha! Time! Now! Gotcha!
That's it. Just a little more.
Bring it on! Gotcha!
My turn.
Gotcha! Let's go! Gotcha!
Big guy's almost done now.
Gotcha!
Big guy down.
Great,
My
just
turn.
one more. It's working. Keep it up.
Bring it on! Gotcha!
My turn.
Gotcha! Now!
Go for Rean!
Leave it to me!
Go! Dragon Blade!
Curse you!
Yay, I win! Like it was ever in doubt.
You didn't do half bad that time.
I did have awesome is what I did. Ha! What the? What is that sword? He did it, Rean. Taking both out at once is impressive enough. Not bad for a prototype. That just leaves the interface then. Bah, if only he were here. Professor, where are you? Oh, forget it. Curse you, Craig! We're withdrawing. Rendezvous with the forces near Heimdall immediately. Yes, sir. With Kestrel and Goliath defeated, the Noble Alliance forces stationed near Trista fled. By the way, the Curse You Craig is a reference to the first game. I don't know why, just something like ever since I heard it the first time in the first game, is every time I hear Curse You now, I have to be like, Curse You Craig. Rean stepped out of Elmar and regrouped with Toa and the selected members of Group A on the ground. After seeing off Group B and the Courageous, they set foot into town they so adored.